There's this quiet question that tends to pop up as we get older. When everything and everyone around you starts to change, who can you really count on? Well, today, we're going to dive into that. And not from a place of pessimism, but by figuring out how to build this incredibly powerful foundation of personal strength. A foundation that's rooted in, well, wisdom.
And yeah, that is a tough question, isn't it? It's one of those things that kind of sneaks up on you. You look around one day and realize, my support system, it's not what it used to be. And that feeling can be really unsettling if you're not ready for it. So, you know what? Let's get ready for it. Together.
And here's the crude truth of it all. Your kids, they get busy with their own families, their own lives. Your siblings, they're dealing with their own huge challenges. And those friends you've had forever, well, people move, things change. And look, it's nobody's fault. It's just life. But when that shift happens, it can leave this void, this silence that just hangs in the air, asking, okay, so what now?
Now, the answer to that what now? It's not about becoming bitter or resentful. No way. It's about becoming wiser. It's about realizing that you have the power to build a life that is strong and stable and just calm. A life that doesn't hinge on whether or not someone else is available. It's really about tapping into your own power.
So that's what we're here to talk about. We're going to explore what I call the 5 hidden roots. Think of them like these deep, strong pillars that hold you up when everything else feels a little shaky. The best part? You grow them yourself. And they don't fail you, they don't disappear, because they come from right inside you. They're your unshakable support.
All right, let's dig into the first pillar. And this one is the most fundamental of all, your body. This right here is where real independence starts.
I mean, just think about it. The ability to move on your own terms, to just get out of bed, to make your own breakfast, to step outside for some fresh air. That is so much more than just a physical thing. It's a declaration of independence, of dignity. It's freedom. When you can trust your own body, you stop worrying about being a burden. And that single feeling, man, that dissolves one of the biggest fears we have about getting older.
There's this guy, Harold. He's 78. And his quote just hits the nail on the head. He walks in the park every single day, rain or shine. His walk isn't perfect, but it's his. And that one simple act, that's what lets him drive to the store, see his friends, and just live his life. He says, "The day I stop walking is the day I start waiting for someone else." He made a choice not to wait, but to live. And that choice became his foundation of freedom.
Okay, so once we have that physical foundation, we can build on it. That brings us to our second pillar, your finances. And listen, this isn't about being rich. Not at all. It's about something way more valuable, clarity, and the incredible peace of mind that comes with it.
Just look at the two sides here. On the one hand, you've got financial complexity. You know what that feels like, right? Multiple bank accounts, subscriptions you forgot you even had, cards everywhere. It's this emotional weight, this constant low-level anxiety humming in the background. But on the other side, simplicity. A clear, simple plan that gives you back your sense of control. That's not just managing money, that's emotional freedom. So how do you get there? It's actually pretty straightforward. You simplify. Reduce the number of bank accounts you have to track. Go through your statements and cancel those subscriptions you're not using. Maybe consolidate down to just one credit card. The goal is to know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. This isn't about restriction. It's about taking back the reins so you never feel like you need someone else to figure out your own money for you.
And let me tell you what that control feels like. Through the story of Lorraine. She's 74, and she did all of this after her husband passed away. She said, "I used to be afraid to check the mail. But now, she opens every envelope with a clear head and a calm heart." That feeling, that's the peace we're talking about. That's a support system you built, all by yourself.
All right, so financial clarity brings peace, right? Well, the same thing applies to our days. This brings us to our third hidden root, your routine. This is the bedrock, the structure that holds you steady when the world outside feels kind of chaotic. Now, when I say routine, please don't think I mean some rigid, military-style schedule. Not at all. We're talking about small, simple things you do for yourself, consistently. A little stretch in the morning, that daily walk we talked about, just taking your meds on time. Every time you do one of these things, it's like you're sending a little message to yourself that says, hey, I matter, I'm worth this effort. And that consistency, it builds this amazing rhythm that supports your body and your mind.
And this quote from Frank, who's 81, just gets right to the heart of it. He has a simple routine: tea, stretching, a walk. But listen to why he does it. He says, "I do it to remind myself every morning that I still matter." Wow. It's not just about exercise for him. It's about reminding himself who he is. It's a daily act of self-respect.
Okay, we've covered the physical, the financial, the daily structure. Now we're going to go a little deeper. The fourth pillar is something you can't see or touch, but it might just be the most powerful one of all. We're talking about your emotions.
So what exactly is emotional resilience? Well, here's a really important distinction. It is not about the absence of pain. It's not about pretending you don't feel lonely or sad or disappointed. Real strength is about having the ability to feel all of that without letting it take over. It's the art of feeling the pain without letting it take root and define who you are. Let me tell you about Eileen. She's 77, and she has this beautiful little ritual. Every single night, she lights a candle. And in that moment, she just lets herself feel whatever she needs to feel. Sometimes she cries, sometimes she smiles at a memory. But she always ends it the same way, by telling herself, "You survived this day." That simple candle lighting, it's her way of honoring her pain without letting it consume her. It's how she builds her strength, day by day.
And that beautiful act of self-care brings us to our fifth and final root. This is your internal compass. It's that true north inside you that guides your decisions when there's no one else around to tell you which way to go. It's your values.
Think about it. We spend our whole lives playing different roles, right? Parent, partner, employee, friend. It's so easy to lose track of who you are at the very core. A personal code, a set of values you live by. That brings you back to yourself. It's about knowing who you are when no one is watching. And when you live like that, you stop looking for approval from other people, because your peace comes from within. It comes from your own integrity.
Take Howard, for example. He has these 5 simple rules he lives by. Tell the truth, don't waste food, always return what you borrow, forgive quickly, and sleep with a clear conscience. I mean, they're not complicated, are they? But they are everything. They are his anchor. They give him this quiet dignity, because at the end of every day, he knows he lived according to what he believes. That's his stability in a world that's always changing.
So when you put it all together, what do we have? Your body, your finances, your routine, your emotions, and your values. See, these aren't just 5 separate things to check off a list. They all weave together. They create something much bigger, a mindset. A mindset that says, I can rely on myself.
And really, that's the whole point of this. The goal isn't to become a hermit and push everyone away. It's about becoming your own foundation. It's about building a foundation so strong that you are truly free. Free from that fear of being a burden. Free from the anxiety of what tomorrow might bring. Because when you can stand on your own, you realize you're never actually alone. You always have you.
So, I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. We've talked about these 5 roots: your body, your money, your routine, your emotions, and your values. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. That's overwhelming. Just pick one. Which one of these hidden roots are you going to start watering today?